Our government is shut down, and it's not because of the Republicans or the Democrats. I had to dig to understand what a shutdown actually is, how it's supposed to work, and why this one feels different. Here's what I found. The U.S. government runs on money we, the people, give it. Congress's main job is to agree on how that money is spent, from the military to school lunches. When they don't agree, the law says the government can't spend. So parks close, workers go unpaid, food programs stall, and families suffer. A shutdown doesn't happen because the country is out of money. It happens because the people in charge of spending it refuse to do their jobs. A shutdown is meant to work like a harness on a dog, uncomfortable enough to pull the country back on course when it wanders off. But now it's being yanked like a choke chain, not to guide, but to punish. In a healthy government, a shutdown ends quickly because both sides care about the damage it causes. They continue to meet together until they find something that works for all of their constituents. This time it's different. Congress already reached a bipartisan decision. Both Democrats and Republicans negotiated and settled on a budget. The Senate passed it. The next step was a simple vote on the House floor to keep the government open, but Speaker Mike Johnson still hasn't brought it to the floor for a vote. Not because they're not in agreement, but because he's following orders. For some reason, the executive branch does not want Congress in session. That's not governing. That's hostage politics, holding the country's well-being for ransom to prove loyalty to one man. Meanwhile, the executive branch is breaking the law by using official government websites to post partisan messages, blaming Democrats for a shutdown both sides already agreed to end. Food programs like SNAP are running out of monies. Families, children are going to go hungry right before the holidays. None of this is about policy. It's about pressure, creating pain so people get angry at the wrong target. But we're being highly underestimated right now. We're keeping notes. We will not forget. This matters because the U.S. government is built on balance. Congress makes the laws, the president enforces them, and the courts make sure both follow the Constitution. But right now, that balance is being broken. Congress is being blocked. The executive branch is acting alone. So don't stay silent, because the courts are being tested to see how far silence will reach. The chaos isn't an accident, it's a tactic. When people are scared and confused, they stop asking questions. That's when power consolidates behind the curtain. But we are not scared, and we are not confused. We know exactly what's happening, and we're speaking up. It doesn't happen overnight, which is why we're here for as long as it takes. You don't need a law degree. You just need to ask 3 questions about every headline. 1, who benefits if I'm afraid right now? Is this meant to inform or manipulate me? Is the decision being made through law or through loyalty? Then act where your power counts. Vote, local and national. Call your representatives. Flood their offices until they remember who they work for. Talk to people calmly, clearly, factually, because the moment we start talking to each other, power can't play us against each other as easily. Here's a truth to pay attention to. This isn't about a budget. It's about whether the people still govern the government or whether the government now serves one man's agenda. Because a self-governing republic doesn't die in one night. It fades when ordinary people forget that they still matter. And that's the lie that this shutdown is built on, that you don't matter, but you do, and you always have. And the moment you remember that and act like it, hostage politics falls apart, because power only wins when the people forget that they get the last word.